Welcome to another Conan Exiles modding tutorial by Death to Mongo. Last week we set up our mod and created our first item that could appear in our inventory. This episode we're going to try and make a item appear in the game with that with our funny bunny. So we're going to start right off here. We're going to go to Blueprint class. We're going to create an actor class. Previously we did the inheritance on that menu where we picked what class we inherited from. I'm going to show you a different way this time just so you know it. So we'll call this BP Funny Bunny. Go ahead and save that with Control S. Go in here and it's just a normal actor component. Everything you see in the game is an actor basically. All trees, rocks, people, they're all considered actors. Actor is anything that has a visual representation in the game, and they don't have to do anything special. It's just what it is. It's an actor, so it's a great description, something that appears before you. If we go to our class settings, right here you can see parent class is actor. It also says it up here. We're going to change this to, if we type in place, we can see BP master placeables. We'll click on that and everything's going to change. You can see we have the little directional arrow now for when you're placing a placeable. A bunch of inherited components up here, including, very importantly, the Conan building persistence component. This is what lets the object save and exist in the world after the server shuts down, so the server can reload it. We won't spend any time on that this time around because it's just going to kind of automatically work for us, but it's good to know about. First thing we want to do is we have a skeletal mesh. All actors need this. Well, no, they don't need a skeletal mesh. Anything that we're going to animate is going to want a skeletal mesh. Anything that's like a creature uses a skeletal mesh. This comes with one, and we're going to go ahead and make use of it, and we're going to set it to a rabbit. SK rabbit, skeletal mesh, rabbit. And you can see we have a rabbit. Let's go ahead and hit compile. Be sure to save after you compile. And the rabbit appears to be facing the wrong way for us. So we're going to do, there's a couple nice hotkeys when you're in this interface, in the viewport interface. If we hit E on our keyboard, it's going to give us this rotation interface. And we're going to rotate our rabbit 90 degrees so that he's facing the same direction as our indicator. I believe we could also just rotate the indicator, but for now this will be fine. And I want our rabbit to be a little more silly, so we're going to make a big rabbit by hitting R and scaling up. E is the rotation, R is scaling, W will take you back to your position tool, little grabby thing. I forget what they call these, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, if we hit save, compile, and again, always compile after you save. I have mine set up to automatically do it. If you compile and don't save, sometimes weird things happen, especially if you load the game or you crash. So let's go ahead and go back to our mod folder, and we're going to go to our data table where we set up our funny bunny last time, and you can see he's still here with our unique number, and we've got this information already set. First thing we're going to do is we're going to change this to a building item. Okay, I think, is there a placeables? Yeah, no, it's building item. And this is going to give it the tools it needs to know that we're going to be able to build with this thing. Changes how we interact with it. This is all automated stuff done by Funcom. Building class, this is the item that we're actually going to be placing. But bunnies aren't buildings. Well, you're right, but this is a special bunny because he's a funny bunny. So we're going to make him a building. We're going to make him do all sorts of fun stuff for us. So this is the route that I like to follow. Plus, placeables are a common thing people would like to mod. So this seems like a great route to go and let people see how you would make a placeable and do things with it. Anyway, if we type in funny here, you'll see our BP funny bunny is in the list for the buildable object. Visual object, everybody just uses rock 1 for this. I think it's just a default object. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never had to make that anything but rock one. Max stack size, I set this to 5. It doesn't necessarily need to be 5, but it'll just let us stack up our funny bunnies if we want to. We shouldn't be able to have to set anything else like this. Also set your category item from material to building item, just so that everything is sorted properly. And if we save this with Control S or File, Save All, we should be able to come back here and place our bunny. And you can see our bunny is very large and not wanting to place. And this is because we didn't set up any of its information regarding its ability to be placed. There's a bunch of volumes in the base placeable that we need to adjust for the bunny. So I'm going to go ahead and hit escape and come back to our funny bunny. And you can see down here, there's several volumes that are used to define the bunny. The one that's getting us right now is going to be our placement checkbox. This makes sure that we're not running into anything. So if we, oh no, it actually might not be the placement checkbox. I think it's the overlapping. Yeah, check for overlapping building blocker. This guy, so we're going to move it up so you can see right here, shape, box extent. We can actually properly size this and zoom out a little bit so that we can see it. We want to make sure that this enormous bunny has all the room it needs to get around. And we'll just set this to 150. Now we want to make sure that this is not protruding through the ground. In fact, we want it to be a little bit above the ground. So we're going to set the height here. Let's see if we do like 80. That's going to go below. It's 150 tall, so it was at 130. That actually might be, nope. I'll do 150 up here, and that should give it enough room that it's not going to intersect with the ground. So we'll save, compile, again, make sure you, I always do that backwards, but that's why I said compile to always save. If we hit play, and we're still getting overlapping with another object or terrain. So I'd escape. Sometimes you just gotta mess around with this stuff. Set that to 40 centimeters so it's off the ground. There we go. Now it's going to be funky. It's not going to want to sit on some things. There's a couple other adjustments that we can make. But for now, we're just going to place our funny bunny. So we have a funny bunny in the game. You notice you can walk right through it. This is a terrifying bunny. But we've done it. We've created a funny bunny in the game. So real quick, let's hit escape. And let's go to, I believe the setting is in the class defaults. If we search for tilt, can it be tilted, max tilt angle, that should be okay then. If your max tilt angle was set to 0, it would really not like any terrain that is slightly tilted. So that's it for this quick tutorial. We're just making a quick placeable, and we did it. We have made a placeable that we can put into the world, and it should exist after we have left the server and restarted the server. There it is. We've still got a bunny, and that is one funny bunny. And next episode, we will do stuff with our funny bunny. For now, this is Death to Mongo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.